could, if you wanted to. This just shows you what it's going to look like. This is called a basic 2-column video script. Everything on the left is what you see, and everything on the right is what you hear. And so this is why it's divided up in this nature. Now, this table has, I went ahead and made the lines between the cells visible so that you can see how within each of the cells they align next to one another. So what you see on the left is what you hear. That's probably confusing. On the left is what you see, on the right is what you hear, and it happens at the same time. So when you write your script, you always want them to align with one another. So by making a table with cells, you can control that. And so another way of doing this too is what I like to think of is when I use this type of format is that each one of these is a little scene, a little mini scene. So whether it is a 30-second commercial or a 2-hour movie, you can still divide this up into scenes. This is not the only type of video script that's out there. There are dramatic scripts that are used for television shows or films. There are many different ones, but this one is used a lot for news and especially for commercial production because they're shorter forms and it's easier to control. Now, you've already seen a script like this because we gave you the script for the audio editing project. But what you actually do in a script that you write over on what we see on this side is a very description of what we see. And you have to include the framing. ECU, extreme close-up, hands on a basketball. So we see a really tight shot of hands around the basketball. And then we have a natural shot. We have gym noise, voices echo, sneakers squeak on the floor. So we've got gymnasium sounds, like there's a game going on. So you see that. And then the next shot is a mid shot of Tom holding the basketball under his chin. So we see the hands and we see the ball under his chin. And then we have the VO voiceover. A lot of guys in high school dream of being basketball stars. So this is not Tom speaking. This is our announcer, our voiceover narrator. That's what the NARR means, the narrator. Then we have a wide shot, Tom from the waist up and the basket, and he throws. We don't really hear anything. This is overlap. Then we have a close-up of the ball going in. And then we have the narrator, and Tom Jones is no different. Wide shot, we see Tom from head to toe, and we see his artificial leg. So what they've done is they've done a very good job of getting our attention on the action, this first shot. In coming weeks, we're going to talk about the 5-shot sequence, which really typically starts on the hands or wherever the action is. It's a tight shot. It's what the first thing we see is. And then we pull out and we see who's doing the action. In this case, this is actually a really nice 5-shot sequence set up. But we'll talk more about how to do that later. Don't worry about it quite yet. Then we have a close-up. Then we have, we see his leg. And now we have a mid-shot, a floor-level shot of Tom's feet as he jumps back from the free throw line. Not much different anyway. So we're getting into our script. And then it goes over to page 2. Wide shot of the whole team playing in the gym, and now we have a shot, and it's Tom speaking. I always played ball before the accident, so it was always my goal to get back into the game. Now we have a close-up of Tom on his front porch. We're in a new location. A shot of Tom. The doctors say, no way, you ain't gonna play. Then we have a 2-shot of Tom and his mom on the porch, and we have his mother speaking on camera. That's what the OC means. That is not what they said. And Tom says, that's what they meant, though, and his mom laughs. Now, we have a wide shot of Tom and his friends playing outdoors on asphalt, and we hear Tom saying on camera, so I said, I know I'm not going to the NBA now, but I got a place, so you have to help me get there. And then the narrator closes. When he was 15, Tom lost his left leg from just below the knee. He was riding his bicycle home from school when a driver ran a light and hit him. So you notice in each of the video cells, there's a time, and this tells us how many seconds elapse. All right. Now, I have to say this one, I played with the time so it would add 30 seconds because I know you guys are going to use this as an example, and if I made it be the 42 seconds it really came out to, I would end up with commercials that ran 42 seconds because that's what the example said. So you'd have to say some of this awfully fast to make it happen in 30 seconds. So, but this is one way that your script is going to look. Now, if you look at the examples I handed you, some of them have video on, but they actually put the titles. They may be a little bit different. But you have to describe exactly what we see. Now, let me minimize this.